Hello guys, welcome. Today we going to talk about Intruder tab in Burp Suite. What is Intruder? It's used for automated customized attacks. It helps in fuzzing brute force parameter testing. The workflow of Intruder is choose the request, right click and send to the Intruder tab, define the attack position, select attack type, configure the payloads and start attacks and analyze the result. The attack types in Intruders: Sniper, one parameter at a time; Battering ram, same payloads across all positions; Pitchfork, synchronized payload sets; Cluster bomb, every combination of payloads. The options tab contains below things that are request header modification, grep match and extract, redirection timeouts, thread configuration for performance. So let me demonstrate one example over Burp Suite. So take me Burp Suite and I go to the proxy tab and open the browser. So it will open a browser and we can perform actions over there. It will capture over the Burp Suite. That means it's pre-configured, the browser. So let me open that. Yes, it is opened. So you can paste your target URL here and enter, and the application will be loaded. On Burp Suite, you can see the history tab. The requests are capturing. One thing you can do, go to the target tab. You can see the street structure. Right click, add that into scope. The scope things we already discussed in previous section. So add that, so it will capture our domain only. No other than this domain will not capture over the Burp Suite. So that's why we add that into scope. And coming to the proxy, okay, let me quickly create a login. So account login, so not at a customer, so we need to register. I enter the email and password and re-enter the password and security question and giving the name and register this name, register. Have created the login and try to login that. Okay. So each request is captured over the Burp Suite, you can see. Okay, login, the request you can see, the request is there and the success response is there. Okay, so right now I done a scenario. So just add one, that product, this product apple juice, add to the product basket. So we can see the request, the responses. So we can see here the basket number in request. You can see the basket number. So we can check on different basket number what is the response. Okay, so send that into the repeated tab first and analyze the request 23, and now it is 23, basket number 23, and our user ID is 23, sorry, our user ID is 42. So getting the basket details of our user. Okay, so let me change that into another one, 2. Our user ID is 42, you can see in response. So what in request the basket 2, so we get the success response 200. So we getting the response of user ID 2. So we are getting the another user details, basket details over here. So it is an issue. So we can automate the payload using the intruder. So I send this request into the intruder, send to the intruder tab. So you can see the intruder tab highlighted in orange color. The request is getted. So first of all, we are parameterized this value. Okay, the value here right now it's 2. So select that value 2 and click on add. So we can see the it will replace with the params value. Okay, so over right side you can see a payload settings. Choose the payload. The payload type is simple test. I have using numbers. Okay, and the sequence we have defined start from 1 to 20. Okay, and step of 1. Okay, and you can untick this URL encode. We don't want to URL encode, so that's why untick that one. And we define the payload. Okay, and you can start attack. So click on start attack and go with OK. So you can see different payloads 1, 2, 3. The response over below you can see. Let me expand this. So different payloads value, we get it the request passing 6. You can see 6 passing, and response you get it 200, and user ID is 23. Okay, so we getting the response. So we right now we have automated the request sending. That's why I have introduced and demonstrate here. Okay, so one more thing we can do, go to the settings. We can extract the user ID value over here in this table. For that, go to the settings, and we have an option here, grab extract. So click on this, extract the following item from the response, and click on add, and you can see a fetch response. Click on that. So our response, typical response, will be captured over here. Here we want what the user ID column, right? User ID value. So look into that. You can see the user ID value 2. So select the value. So it will uh, create the regular expression for that user ID value. So select the value, and between this value will be get it in the table. So I select the 2. So within user ID and created value will be created, or we get it in table format. So click on OK. So we can see in table, you can see the user ID is added 2. That means this. So you can see the payload 1, the basket ID 1, the user ID is 1. Okay, and suppose our in 20 the user ID is 38. Response also you can see. So in table way we can see this. We can extract the response and show it into the table like way. Okay, so here we find out one issue is that the user ID details as exposed. The other user A basket is able to view to user C. So it is an issue. You can report that into the corresponding report developer. Okay. So we cannot save this response. This is not a pro. This is a community version, so we can't save this result. So close this, and we can filter out the different cases. We can filter the 206s. We can apply. So 200 only we can filter out from here. Okay, so we can apply different types of filters here. Okay, and one more thing, I discard this. Okay, then I will demonstrate one more example. That is, let me go to the add one item again. Okay, and let me go to the Burp Suite and go to product listing. You can see anything, check. Yes, there is a product, the different values, product ID is there. So that sent to the intruder. Okay, and now I change this value of this unwanted variables. and I here I go to parameters, so select that one, and same way add that, click and click on numbers and start from 1. Okay, and with 45, step of 1, and go to settings. We need to grab the details of in response. What we can grab the name of the product. Okay, so that going to add, and one more thing, the price of that product. So select the price and click on OK, and you can start attack. So you can see the product ID 1, the name, price is getting. So likely you can automate the here it I go done for getting the all the product details and price. Okay, so let me stop this attack and pause attack. Okay, and close. So likely you can extract this details using the intruder. Okay, and right now we have attack type using sniper attack. You can choose different types are available, you can choose, and you can check the intruder attack. So basically we used with the sniper attack. Okay, and you can also see we have added this. If you want to clear this payload, click on clear, it will clear. Okay, click on clear all, it will clear, and you can see a auto, so it will auto test the payload locations itself. So click on auto, you can see language etc having suggested with the payloads points. Okay, so you can also clear from clicking this. Okay, okay, that's it. So previously we encountered an issue, so we can highlight that in red color, that is the basket ID. So we encountered this issue, so we can mark it in red color, and you can also mention here also, you can rename that tab into both issue encountered. Okay, so you can add this for reference. Okay, so these are the cases we can find out using the intruder, and the use cases are brute force login pages, testing rate limit, finding hidden directories, parameter fuzzing, and enumeration tasks. So hopefully you like this section. Thank you for watching, and bye.